Now tonight, welcome to, this is Martin here. Hopefully you're able to see eventually my picture in the video. But if not, I'm in the background here. And what we have seen so far with the market, I think it's pretty interesting. We have a host of good information coming up from the AI portion of things. But tonight I want to share something different, which is how you can utilize all the free available AI tools to transform your knowledge and how you can use that to create wealth from your side. All right, so that's what I wanted to do, and I think many of you would use this opportunity to enhance your so-called forward market thinking. Okay, so let me know, give me a thumbs up if you feel that tonight's topic will help you a lot. And I'm just trying to figure out where I am right now. And so okay, good. So good evening. So you can't see my image. I think that's fine. So we just have to move from here. So let's go on to things that I feel, right, which is important in the scheme of things here, right? And let me see first, trying to get any more hide video panel. No, that's not what I want. Okay, so let's talk about the AI market. Now, for those of you who don't know, our company is the first company that got the digital investment advisor license from the Securities Commission, so allowing us to give buy and sell call. Okay, so don't forget, we also have our current what we call the chatbot campaign, where you stand a chance to win an iPad 10.9, and the way to win it is basically you can submit as many so-called application. So you need to create an account. You can go to our website in here, and it has to be a real trade. So you can screenshot a real trade, including in your trading account. So make sure this is a valid trade, and it has to be a minimum of 4%. And if you're one of the earlier submission, you can win 50 ringgit ang pao voucher, and of course the highest amount will win an iPad, an Apple iPad 10.9 inches. Okay, so that's the whole point. But you have to use Pentagon Guider. Okay, you have to use Pentagon Guider for that one. So Year of Snake, having said that, we started off not so good already this year. Right, you can see so far what has happened is that a lot of the shares has done very badly. I think later on I'm going to show you on the next slide, which I already said before last week, right? I said that, what did I say? I said that usually in the month of, let me just show you what I mean here, okay? So if you just go to tradebsa.com and you go in and look at the monthly return, all right? And you can see from the monthly return, so which is minus 5%. And every time when we get this January, right, it is a big predictor of the remaining of the year, all right? So you have 5% down. So we pretty much for the beginning of the year, you're going to get a lot of stocks going to be likely a negative here. So the only way a consolidation for you is to trade the US market. Okay, as I said before, last year I was pretty right. We got a nice Chinese New Year rally, and then we did end at 12%, which is the Year of the Dragon. So Year of the Snake, not so good, okay? So keep that in mind. As I said before, the strategy going forward is going to be trading. Now, what I want to help you tonight is to incorporate some of the AI tool using the generative chat GPT, or using Grok, which is from the Twitter, Elon Musk, or using DeepSeek. Okay, you can try any of those. But there are a couple of keywords you need to use, and if you use it correctly, then you're able to get most of the information that I'm talking about. So Trump 2.0, we have seen how the new order, where the traditional protector of the global order, which is the United States now, has turned into America first and F everybody else. All right. So you can see the tariff, reciprocal tariff, all this has become uncertainty. Foreign funds are selling Malaysia in here. The market depth and breadth are not there, and market has turned bullishness. So if you look at the KLCI today, okay, let's look at where we are today. And you can see from the chart wise, you go back to 3 months, we are pretty much just below 1600. We do know that the big sell-off on the rubber glove has happened too. All right, that was the biggest drawdown. But keep in mind, because rubber glove is not in our KLCI index, so you don't see it. But if you look into, let me just get off from this grok to here. We will look at FBM small cap or 70. I think that one will tell us a different story. You can see FBM 70, and this is Hartalega, and then the market started to sell off in here. All right. So, but this is not a surprise. As I said before, I tell some of the members, since 3rd of January, you already have red Pentagon for Hartalega. And if you go on and see the others, right, which Kosan has a only red Pentagon on the 18th of February. So this one you probably have to cut loss. If you have gone in here, all right, it was a nice run way back in 194 up to here. That was a good run, almost a 2-month run up here, and then finally back to where it started. Very fast, just after the beginning of the year, where we see a lot of the sell-off, and then the market just went back straight down. I don't think the rubber glove can recover so fast, having said that here. So that's the market going forward here. And also looking at the latest foreign funds, let me just show you here. Right, foreign funds are also negative. You see, the last 3 days here is negative. All right, so this is where usually where we have a lot of negative outflow. Now, the week before we have 3 positive ones. That was only one, and then since then the market just turned negative and going forward. All right, sectors, I would say. So right now we want to go into all the AI tools. Now, only in the first week where DeepSeek came out in January, I think, and you can see that was from the China one, and it has been dubbed at one of the very open AI, where you don't need to spend a lot of money getting all the big GPU. It's a very lightweight, focus on efficiency, and running on the low end of those GPU. You can run it DeepSeek. Then the ChatGPT, which is we are very familiar with. Now, I want to introduce you the latest one, which came out, I think, 2 days ago, Grok 3. I'm not able to access Grok 3, but I'm able to access Grok 2. This is from the XAI. This is from the Twitter, Elon Musk, and it's connected to us. Why I like about it, because it has live data. You know, it actually scan through whatever you put into the Twitter or X. It does it, right? Then you have the Gemini under Google DeepMind. It is also text, video, audio integrated to the Google services. So I'm sure all of you are quite familiar with these tools in here. Check them out. Most of them are free because it is a big competition among all these chatbot AI tools, as such that right now you're not paying for it. And even the free model are pretty good. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So for most people, ChatGPT, people use it to do letter, emails, generative work, some sort of media content, presentation, and also translation. But you also know that AI, with the generative AI, can be used in technical analysis. And that's some of the little thing I want to talk tonight. Right? Definitely, with the ChatGPT, you can do a lot of fundamentals, which means you extract from the news and data. I'm just going to show you afterwards how to do that, all right? sentiment and identify market analysis in here. So that's one of the first things you want to do is be familiar. Fundamental, and you probably need to know what you're looking for. You don't need to go out and search for those words, but you need to know what you're looking for. I think that's the key thing in here, right? Time and time again, I wanted to say that you have to know some of this interpretation. But if you're just someone who is a beginner, I think it's also good. You'd be interested to read up all this and have some sort of a knowledge or a binder to keep all this information and to see some of that. And then lastly is the technical analysis, where you can generate strategies for trading both. I've used Grok for the Twitter platform, X platform, to generate a VSA, and I'm going to show you in here too. So insights, you can draw on from the financial news analysis in here. So how ChatGPT can is to help you to interpret, right? Whether the sentiment is positive or negative. And we're going to be going through just like a little bit of tutorial going forward, how you can use this in your advantage, right? And then you can make prediction from then onwards, hopefully. So we will have a data flow or that sort of. So this is indicator that I got Grok to generate using VSA. So you can see from here, this is just off the shelf, GU, SA, SA, GU, stopping volume and CU. So this is how it works. Okay, let me just show you how I do it. So first of all, you can log into grok.com. So I'm just going to give you this, right? Yes, Yuppie, like Grok, Micro, Copilot, Bing. Yes, any preferences is okay. So from here, okay, so you must tell Grok what to do, okay? Please act as a Pine script, okay? Pine script expert. And craft me a volume, okay, volume spread analysis indicator, okay? So what we're trying to do is trying to build this into, and hit that one, all right? So here's a Pine script, and it actually does it for you, volume spread analysis. So it will determine all this, right? You can see from here, there will be no supply. So the next thing you really have to do is you have to test it out, right? So it has a 20 multiplier, selling climax and all those. And every time when you generate this, it gives you a different result. That's also one. So from here onwards, you really need to put it into the Pine script. So what I did was I put it into a Pine script. I'm going to show you here, right? And you can see once I get this whole thing, I just copy it and put it into the Pine script here for Maybank. This is Maybank, and you can see, so this is the one. Then I just put it into the Pine script here, right? The indicator, I call it the Grok basic one, right? And then here, this is where the hard work starts, okay? You as a human need to sort of find out whether this works. So when we first started this, when we start building our VSA, that was before we have all the ChatGPT. It was a really long process, right? We find out, and finally that you see what you see today, which is our VSA, right? The Pentagon guided chart, right? That has a green Pentagon and red Pentagon. So we did a lot of cleaning up and all this, but we are written by human. So it's very important that you need a human trainer. So if you are unfamiliar with the Pine script or any of the technical languages behind it, you may find this a bit challenging going forward. So all this, what does it tell you? So it's pretty much random going in here, right? So you can see CU is climax up. This is stopping volume in here. So how do you interpret this? So by right, you also need to know how VSA work. So that's why we done away with all this, and then we just move back straight into the VSA that you can see, right? So you can put on Maybank, right? It's much easier to see that. I think many of you has been trained on that portion. Let me just blow it up for you in here. So let's put up Maybank. Okay, and you can see this is so much easier. You got green Pentagon, right? And then the market started to go up, and you have strength and all this. So if we just were to pull randomly from Grok, there is still a lot of verification and testing. That's on the side of the AI using, okay? So that's in here. Now I want to share with you how to use the next data flow, okay? This is a data flow, how you can use the AI to generate a decision for stock, okay? So you start from here. Start here. I'll probably bring out the highlighter first. Now let me just use this. I'll turn this off. Yeah, I'll probably use this laser pointer. So we start from here, and then the user input the stock code into the AI, right? Like just like a chatbot. You tell them about the company, and then tell them which exchange, then they will fetch the data, all right? Then you as a user need to have a bit of skill. You need to interpret whatever is coming back from the thing. Now, I do understand Grok 3 reduce a lot that can do have self-correcting. So which means if it knows the data that is given to you is not correct, it will self-correct it in here. All right. So that's a part. So if it's hallucinating, you have to stop. If it's okay, then there's a part you can choose option 1, fundamental, and then you can choose option 2, which is the technical analysis. All right. So once you have those data, you can feed back to it because it has a context, meaning the chat has a context. Later on, I'm going to show you how I do it. And from then onwards, you try to request the AI to decide on the rating for you, just like what we have done for SmartRobie and also our buy call that you have rated 4, rated 5, rated 6, then it's pretty good to have it. So that is all done by our company and our team, our data research behind in here. So that's one of the difference behind. And then you make a decision whether you want to hold, buy, or sell, all right, on that stock. So that's all you need to do, all right? This process in here is a very short process, but it can give you those information that you need and to hold on. Okay, so let's do example here. All right, so I'm just going to bring in. Now I'm going to ask the audience here, what stocks do you want me to analyze? Okay, what stock do you want me to analyze? Due to the short time, I'm just going to use Grok. Any stocks that you want me to analyze? All right, from the audience, any stocks you want me to analyze? All right, so if they're not, I'm just going to go with Hatta Lega, okay? So one of the things we wanted to do, we want to input it, but you must tell the ChatGPT to act like one. So here, please act as an invest GPT for me to tell me what's tell me about Hatta Lega in the Malaysian market, stock market. So you must keep as much as context as possible. So first, right, we said that already, yeah? Please act as an invest GPT for me and tell me about Hatta Lega. So you can see from here, it actually scout through 25 websites, 4 expos. So it does a lot of research already for you here. Okay, we have MYEG, okay? Later on, we look at MYEG. So you can see out front, it's like a analyst. They go out, but in this case, it's an invest GPT lah. So you can see even the 5-day period, it will tell you up to February 18, the drop coincides with quarterly report. Yeah, according to recent data, blah, 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 you can read it. Enough there, 77 increase, but the earning did not reflect this growth is due to cost. There's a sentiment highlighted in X. So, and this is mark of the glove boom. Action include up to buy rating, but below indicate cautious in here. Revenue, you can read there, but so there's a lot of reading you need to do, okay? So it still doesn't take away the job of, hey, give me a tip, right? But it does help you to be very, very cautious, okay? So you can see here, strategic move, index, so talk about risk profile, conclusion, and of course, you want to say, should I buy Harta Lega now. All right. Now, this is the part that you want to cut short your analysis because you're going to go to this decision making. Okay, you didn't ask it to rate. So from here onwards, you get this. You got fundamental, you got technical analysis, right? All those things coming back to you in here. So if you just go straight to it, they will tell you another thing. Okay, should I buy Harta Lega now? So it's searching. And again, it goes through the pro and cons. All about it, analyst rating, dividend yield. So if you are not basically very familiar with all this, right, then you probably end up, can be speculative, you believe recovery in here, further monitor valuation and so forth. All right, if you're not confident, so they always push that question back to you. All right, so this is usually how the ChatGPT will work, right, is to push that question back to you. Right, so now what you want to do is that me to rate, okay, Harta Lega based on a fundamental metrics rating. If you can act as an invest ChatGPT. Okay. Now you see, now I ask them help me to rate Harta Lega based on the fundamental metrics. So you can see, right? Right now they'll start to rate it. Right. So that's why you must ask very intelligent question in here. Debt ratio. Again, you must also understand some of these. What do they mean? Dividend yield, payout ratios, PE rating, management. And, you know, it goes through a very nice way of rating. So you can see here, 5 is excellent. You know, invest GPT, fundamental ratings. Okay, so we done 1. So again, overall is 2.9 out of 5. So it's not too bad, not too worse. It's based on up to February. You can see it's pretty updated in here. Okay, so now this is all the fundamental. So again, you need to open up maybe like an Excel or maybe like to keep this information. Okay, so I know there's a lot of people like to take shortcut, can buy or cannot buy. All right, but if you have this and then you pair together with your SmartRobie charts, right? Then you can see right now when it comes to a stage 1, right? That can be a consideration to buy Harta Lega if those of you want to buy Harta Lega. Okay, later on we're going to be looking at MYEG for our friend here, Yappy. Okay, so is this okay so far? Just give me a thumbs up and I'm sure that you're following this process that we are talking about. Okay, using the ChatGPT, Invest ChatGPT to act behind. All right, just give me a thumbs up here. So next is, right, so if you just go to straight, should I buy Harta Lega? Now remember, you can see on top here, I did not sign in at all. So I did not sign in at all. I just used the free features in here and it's pretty good. But you must know how to ask. So now here, okay, we will do a similar one. Please help me to rate based on technical analysis metrics, okay? Technical analysis metrics. Act as a invest or trade GPT. Okay. You can see, right? Help me, blah, 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 blah. You see it, right? GPT, and now it does this again. Very similar, right? Price trend, moving average, relative strength, volume, support resistance, Bollinger Band. You know, all those when we were learning about technical analysis, now it does it for you here. Okay. So technical analysis is 2.3. Okay. So 2.3. Now remember, earlier on, from a standpoint, very bearish. So here, we go back to here, okay? So technical rating is bearish. We know that, right? Fundamental rating is so-so only. So you now that we get the ChatGPT to decide for you, okay? What should be the decision? Now, okay? Please act as Invest GPT and considering the the fundamental ratings that you generated and the technical rating you also generated, please form a decision to buy, hold, or sell for Hata, so I can learn from you. You must use that. So that way, right, they will actually try to generate it, because if you don't put it, they will just somewhere in between and pass that responsibility. So you can see that, please act as a chat GPT, blah, 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 you generated, and please form a decision to buy or hold or sell from Hatta Lega, so, right? So investment decision, then he can make the decision for you. But he also has to make you the whole decision in here. Buying, this is pretty good, okay? So you can see from here, right? Not recommended at this time, right? Continuous monitoring in here based on, as of 19th of February. So you can see, based on now we are what step? We are on this step here, right? So the decision buy, sell, and hold, then we end here. So we actually requested the AI to decide on the rating. So you can see this process flow here will give you the kind of answer that you want to buy, okay? So fundamental rating, below average to average, technical rating bearish, sell given the situation facing blah, 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 suggesting da, 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 you know, technically it's bearish. So you didn't really want to sell lah. If you hold, not believe long term, then you might want to hold lah, but not recommended to buy, which is correct. I think it's correct. So if you pair that together, right now, selling at this junction, right at this support, may not be a wise thing, because you should have sold somewhere around here. So when you pair together with the trade VSA, the buying and selling indicator timing, then you're much better off. All right. So this is a very quick way of doing it, and let's do another one. Okay, let's do another one, and we go back to the same question up we have here just now. Okay, okay, please act. Okay, now we do this, and what we do is about MYEG. Okay, MYEG. So right now, not many people discover. I think you can use DeepSeek also too and see how the result is. So you can see this is the brief one. IT services founded in here. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of this market sentiment is positive with Astro, Zimo, BIF, Catalyst Go, Key, grow by 2% in here, blockchain. So you really don't have to read, the fellow will summarize everything for you. Okay, so any stocks, not only, you know, in the MYG execute in here, quick, attractive. So right now, then you go to the next step. You interpret, okay, right? Okay, now ask him to give fundamental ratings, okay? So please act as invest GPT and rate and do a fundamental metrics. I must put a metrics rating for MYEG so I can learn. Okay. So 25 pages in here, very fast actually the way they do it in here. Okay, so again, very similar. Once you do that, invest GPT, they have a standard format there. Okay, so it goes on in here, rating 4, rating 3, blah, 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 PE rating 3, okay. And you can also check it out with the current rating, 3.9 out of 5. So if you use the SmartRobie, let's check out the SmartRobie rating that I have here for MYEG. Okay, so I'm just using the phone now. MYEG for fundamental. MYEG. Okay. And you go to stock fundamentals. So people who generally like to do a bit of research, this will be good. So you can see from the fundamental rating for MYEG from SmartRobie is 6 out of 8. And here they're giving out 3.9 out of 5. So if you can see, let's say we move it to 8, okay, 3.9, divided by 5 is 78%. So 6 divided by 8 is 75%. Okay, 78, 79, not bad, huh? That's right. So SmartRobie also use some of these rating here to calculate it. Okay, so we have 3.9. Now we go to the next question. Please. Okay, I think please act as invest GPT to rate okay, MYEG on the technical analysis indicator rating, so I can learn too. Okay, now you have to put that. Okay, so that way they stay consistent. All right, so you type in the word invest GPT, you can see they're looking at all the traditional technical analysis, volume and so forth. All right, so now you really have a process. You can go back and build the same thing too. Okay, I know it's a manual process, but at least technical rating 3 out of 9 or so. Okay, so which is good in here, momentum. All right, as of 19th of February. Now you have one remaining query before the limit reset. Unfortunately, I have to sign in again. Okay, so let's say I sign in now. Okay, because I created an account in here, and maybe, of course, eventually they're going to ask you to pay lah. Okay, so I'm just going to go in, continue with Google, and I'm going to log back in here. So I'll be redirected back to here. So I'll probably lose everything when I started here. Okay, so I'll probably have to start all over again. Okay, please act as an invest GPT. Okay, to tell me about MYEG in the Malaysian stock market. Okay, see whether they will do the same thing or not. Okay, it's doing it. So please act GPT. Okay, so you need to redo this again to build in the same context. Okay, so for blah blah blah, you can see right in here, right? Market dominance. Then okay, we done the technical. Please act as invest GPT, right, to do the technical ratings. Okay, do the technical analysis rating. Okay, ratings for MYEG, so I can learn. So again, we want to maintain. Now there's no more consistently maintaining in here. So we have to put the ratings. Okay, technical. Please don't say the word do. We have to. Okay, please act as to rate. Don't say do. To rate. Rate the technical information so I can learn. Else they won't do it on. Okay, now do this again. You got to put the ratings inside there. So don't say do. Okay, so 4 out of 5 relative strength. But the problem is that every time when you log in, you may not get the consistency, but at least it gives you some sort of a guide going from there onwards. Okay, so you have this in here. This rating is abstract, blah blah blah. Okay, based on it. Okay, now please act as invest GPT to rate the fundamental ratings. Okay, fundamental ratings, fundamental analysis, fundamental metrics. I'm gonna put metrics for MYEG so I can learn. Okay, maybe now a bit slower. We'll see. But you all get the flow, right? If you get the flow, give me a thumbs up so at least I know you are moving in the right step here. So, okay, while we are waiting that, let's go through this whole process again. So first of all, we start and we tell it act as a invest GPT. We put in the company, right? Is it right back yet? Let me see. Unable to, no. Okay, retry. Okay. Okay, it's coming out. So 4 out of 5 fundamental rating, MYEG, profitability. So it gets from all this website, okay? P 3 out of 5. 4 out of 5 for ROE. 3.7 out of 5, so it's still the same. Okay. All right. Given the fundamental, okay, fundamental ratings and technical analysis indicator rating, please help me to make a decision. Please help me to make a decision either to hold, buy or sell MYEG given the fundamental rating from you, okay, so I can learn from you, okay? So they give you a fundamental rating, decision, pros, con, buy, and then sell. Again, now they changes in here. If you hold, if you consider buying, if you think of selling, buy or hold, take away. They'll do that. Recommend based on current analysis. So recommend if you hold, hold. If you consider them, buy. If you consider to sell, hold or sell, you're looking short term or worry about it here, selling may be justified. However, if you want holding, might see it in here. So again, here, you can also bring in the timing in here. So you have a very strong reason to do a lot of research. And right now in the shorter term, you have a down here, that's a red pentagon. So if you're thinking to sell, okay, hold or sell may not be a good thing. If you're thinking to buy, then don't buy lah. Because why? MYEG now got a red pentagon. But if you're buying at green here, it's good. So in a way, it does what is the best decision now? Buy, hold or sell MYEG based on the above rating you done. Okay, you ask one more time. Hold, he says hold, rationale. Okay, risk to reward, investment horizon, learning point, patient, and so forth. So he asks you to hold. Okay, so maybe a good thing, but remember we have a red pentagon in here. So any decision that you decide to go from here, right, you can have this. So this is one way you can use this information to increase your wealth, all right, of what's happening to the market. So that's why don't have too many stocks too. Okay, and I think going forward, this is one way that you can get generative ChatGPT to help you to build your wealth going forward. All right, so that's something I want to cover tonight in here. So that's about it tonight. I hope you all learned something using the ChatGPT with the process flow that we have, using both fundamental and technical. And I hope it's enjoyable as much as for me to teach you, to share with you this method in here, and hope you all learn something too. Okay, using this method here. So we all know the markets now is fearful. If you ask ChatGPT, again, see what he will say. All right. So market stages, remember, you all must know your market stages. What market stages are we in? The KLSE right now maybe is in stage 4. We will do our breakfast show. We'll look at the market and maybe we'll come back next week for that one. But don't forget, our SmartRobie campaign is on. Make sure you submit your real trade and with a minimum of 4% and using the Pentagon Guider. If there's a Pentagon Guider coming up, then you stand a chance to win the 50 Ang Pao voucher for the first 50 submissions. All right, so make sure you want to submit quickly, and the highest ROI wins the iPad. It can be for US market. All right, for our members, remember we did touch on the US market in here, and hope you all learned something tonight. So as a summary, I think the KLCI is already in the downtrend in here, and our premium membership is still ongoing. Right, join us, and don't forget our Telegram chat room that we continue to inspire and teach our member how to use the AI in terms of it in here. And also don't forget to join our VSA Telegram channel and hit that YouTube subscribe button. So that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for coming. I want to keep it short so the learning stop and sweet